Hi, this is Alexander Meek and welcome to my scratch built workshop where we're going to build a standoff scale Spitfire 1943. It composed of one NTM prop drive 3548 900 kV 55 amp maximum electric motor with a 60 amp minimum ESC. I used a 70. Has a 4000 milliamp hour 4S battery 20C. We're using a 13x4 APC propeller. Span is approximately 1535 millimeter or 300 plus 330 chord at the root, or 60.5 inches by 13 inches. Total weight with CFG weights 2640 grams or 5.8 pounds, giving us a wing loading of about 17.05 ounces per square foot, which is quite good and light. CFG is 110 millimeters from the leading edge. We had to add 255 grams in the nose to obtain that. We're using 85 millimeter wheels, bought from Hobby King. Has servos, 4 of them. Turnigy MG in a 90S, 1.8 kilograms, and they all work quite fine. So now we're going to build, so get ready, and I'm going to watch a short video first, and at the end the final video.
Deep breath.
I originally built the Flite Test Spitfire by obtaining their plans and printing them out, and I found this Spitfire quite successful. I liked the design and the way they did it, and the airfoil section worked very well. The tip stalling worked very well, and it was quite a fun plane to fly. But I finally decided I wanted a bigger one, and I wanted a bit more scale looking. So using their concept, I then started on the plans for the bigger Spitfire. So this was the final result, and we'll now start the process of building. So I wanted an easy paint scheme, so I found a silver Spitfire, a bit of information on it, and so we started to look at sizes, and then 3 view drawings. So I finally found this one and another really good one, and then we started to blow it up to the appropriate size that we wanted. So I went to my Microsoft Office publications, inserted the picture and expanded it, and if you want to see how that's done, go to this reference here and watch how to enlarge and print 3 view plans for model aircraft. I now have an alternative method where I have filed my enlarged plan size on Google Drive, and you can use this reference to go to it, open up the drawing and then print it, and I'll show you how we do that now. So we start by copying down this link, reference number there, go to our Firefox or Google, then we come to the top line up here and we put in our link. There's our link. Then we press enter. So here's Google Drive with some photographs and different bits and pieces. It might be handy for you. And we go to the 3 view, which is enlarged. Click on it. Then we download it. Now we can save it, or what I can do is I can open it here. It'll open it up in my PDF reader. I'm going to press OK. It's downloaded. I'll double click on that. So it's now opened up in the PDF reader, and then we simply go to print. Now what it gives us is these four things. So the poster is the one you want. It's not already clicked, and the poster will then print it out as a poster. Automatically gives us the size, 81 by 57 basically inches, and it gives us all these ones in the page size that's set up. So we just check that. So we go properties. So as will be an A4 210 by 297, or if I had an A3 printer I'd make it A3. I'll go print preview, and we could make it photo enhance, text and image. You can make it either portrait or landscape. Sometimes it doesn't matter. This one here at the moment is in portrait. Then we go page there, nothing to change there. Advanced. We won't have high speed, we'll make it low speed. Preview, we can make it grayscale, all black and white. Okay. So the tile scale is 100%, got cut marks on it. Portrait, all pages, copies. Now, as you can see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 49. So there'll be 49 pages. So then you basically go print, which will lead us into our print preview. Might be beyond. Oh, there it is. So here's our 49 pages over here, and we can click on any page. You just see they're showing up. So that'll print those 49 pages, and then basically you have the guide marks on the edges, and you can cut to those or whatever you like, and then sellotape it all together, and then you have your enlarged three view drawing of your Spitfire, which we can use as plans to make our scratch built plane. Okay, so I won't bother printing them out, I've already printed them out. This link I'll include on the comments page for easier copying. I suggest you watch the Flite Test's construction of their FT Spitfire for greater detail. I've also included the enlarged Flite Test drawing of the wing on Google Drive. The Dihedral Brace is made from 4 pieces of 5mm foam board interlaced and glued as per the diagram there. I used a different method to Flite Test in constructing the wings by gluing the spars now and bringing in the other second wing section, and then finally doing the tops. We add a bit of reinforcement to the centre section and start installing the servos. Trial matching the top sections and trim accordingly. Then start with either left or right hand of the wing panel and glue along the leading edge and along the spar first, and then glue secondly along the trailing edge. Then repeat on the other wing panel, completing the same. Add barbecue skewer sticks as per the picture, which add strength and stop wear and tear on the wing. and I also added some hot glue around the edges, because quite often that wing might just tip and touch the ground. The undercarriage mounting plates were originally 2mm ply plates. Unfortunately, on the first landing I broke one of them off, so I decided to reinforce it with an extra 1/8 ply plate on top for the screws, and this was successful. Landing gear was 3.8mm or 0.2 inches of music wire. Make the wheel centres in line with the leading edge to stop tip overs. Aileron movement 15 up mil and 15 mil down. Receiver located with double-sided tape at the CG on top of the wing. I also taped down the aerials. The fuselage was a bit of a challenge, so I had to get an idea of the shape. So I made up this jig with some formers to get an idea of the shape and what I was going to do. So I started with the rear section from the back of the pilot's cockpit to just before the tail section, and made this as per the picture there, with some 3mm foam board with the first former and the end former. I then made the rudder and elevator out of 5mm foam board and added them to the rear section. The rudder and elevator at the hinge line were both beveled, and then used packing tape, light packing tape, to form the hinges. Getting into the swing of things, I now made some formers for the centre section so that I'll get a smooth surface. Then I got onto the middle section, the wing section, and did the same method. I added the plywood firewall and then made a separate little section from the firewall to the spinner. So we finish up with 3 separate sections not glued together yet. The rear section to the back of the cockpit, the next section from the back of the cockpit to the firewall, and then a separate section from the firewall to the spinner base plate. So before we start sheeting everything, we cut all the holes for cables and airflow through the inside, especially for the ESCs, batteries, etc. This was the original placement of the battery, but due to the C of G, that had to be really modified and it moved even more forward. Four 3/16" T-nuts were added to the firewall for the mounting of another separate firewall with a motor attached. This made it easier for dismantling the motor later on. Proved to be a really good idea. Due to a rearward C of G at the end, we had to modify it a bit, so I added an aluminium casing for the battery made out of flashing sheet, which extended from the firewall, so we had to cut down the engine firewall, and then we doubled up on the spacers to the motor, moved the motor forward a little bit, and then we stuck on tyre balancing weights of about 250 grams to the aluminium casing, which improved the C of G dramatically and saved a lot of extra weight. So we now commence the sheeting of the formers, still in 3 pieces. Remember for tight curves to remove the paper on the inside of the curve to help bending. We now commence to build our aluminium cowl using aluminium flashing. So we get our former, which we originally made, with a bit of cardboard, work out our shape, and transport it to the aluminium flashing and cut it out, and then rivet it together. I revised mine and made it a bit better after the first attempt. Put the rivets on the bottom. Canopy was cut from a laundry liquid bottle and hot glued on. All markings and roundels I printed on my printer, cut out and glued on with contact adhesive and then sprayed over with varnish. I have left PDF drawings of the roundels and markings in Google Drive, where you'll find the enlarged plan size as per the link at the beginning under comments. I used a spray can of metallic silver, a fast drying enamel called Accent Quick Spray. I used about 1.5 cans.
straight behind.
Doesn't leave much to take off.
Jumpy, 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 jump.